In the barren expanse of Chile's Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, stands Humberstone, a ghost town that was once a bustling hub of industry and community life. Today, its rusted machinery, sun-bleached buildings, and silent streets tell the story of a place that played a vital role in Chile's economic history before being left to the mercy of the desert winds. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Humberstone is more than just an abandoned settlement. It is a preserved chapter of the nitrate boom that once reshaped the global economy. Humberstone's story begins in 1872 when the saltpeter works, originally named La Palma, were established to mine and process sodium nitrate, known locally as white gold. Sodium nitrate was a critical ingredient in fertilizer and explosives, and demand skyrocketed during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The Atacama Desert, rich in this mineral, became the epicenter of the global nitrate industry. In 1934, British chemical engineer James Humberstone, who had been active in the region's mining industry for decades, lent his name to the settlement when it was reorganized and modernized. The company town of Humberstone grew rapidly, housing hundreds of workers and their families. Despite its remote desert location, it offered amenities uncommon in such harsh environments: schools, a theater, a swimming pool, a general store, and even a small hospital. Life revolved around the nitrate works, with giant boilers, mechanical conveyors, and crushing machinery dominating the skyline. The rhythmic clanging of industrial equipment was the heartbeat of the town, and the fortunes of every family depended on the flow of processed nitrate to markets around the world. The community of Humberstone was tightly knit but also rigidly structured. Workers were paid in tokens that could only be spent at the company store, a common practice in industrial towns of the era. Social life was centered around community events, theatrical performances, and weekend gatherings. In a desert where rainfall was almost non-existent, every drop of water was precious, and the ingenuity of the residents was reflected in their ability to adapt to such an unforgiving climate. The golden age of Humberstone, however, was tied to a fragile industry. The advent of synthetic nitrate production in the early 20th century, particularly after World War I, dealt a severe blow to Chile's natural nitrate market. Competition from cheaper, laboratory-produced alternatives caused global prices to plummet. By the mid-20th century, many nitrate plants in the Atacama had shut down. Humberstone managed to survive longer than most, continuing operations until 1960, when the industry finally collapsed. Without the nitrate works, there was no economic reason for the town to exist. Residents moved away, leaving behind their homes, workplaces, and personal belongings. For decades, Humberstone sat exposed to the desert elements. The arid climate, while harsh, helped preserve its buildings, machinery, and artifacts. Walking through the ghost town today, visitors can still see the towering industrial structures, the abandoned school with its chalkboards intact, the theater with rows of empty seats, and the communal pool, now a dry basin under the desert sun. These frozen scenes create an eerie time capsule, offering a rare window into the life of a 20th century mining town. In 2005, Humberstone, along with the nearby Santa Laura Nitrate Works, was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This designation brought global attention and preservation efforts to protect the site from further decay. Restoration projects have stabilized many of the buildings, and the ghost town has become a major tourist attraction for those interested in industrial history, archaeology, and desert landscapes. A visit to Humberstone is both haunting and awe-inspiring. The vast, open sky stretches endlessly above, while the rust-red earth contrasts sharply with the weathered wood and corroded steel of the abandoned facilities. The silence is broken only by the occasional gust of wind, carrying with it the faint scent of dust and history. It is a place that invites reflection, not just on the lives of the people who once called it home, but also on the impermanence of industries and the communities they create. For Chile, Humberstone is a symbol of a transformative period in its history. The nitrate industry fueled economic growth, attracted foreign investment, and left a cultural imprint on the region. But it also serves as a cautionary tale about dependency on a single resource and the vulnerability of towns built around it. Today, Humberstone draws visitors from around the world. photographers seeking dramatic desert backdrops, historians documenting industrial heritage, and travelers eager to experience a place where time seems to have stopped. Its preservation ensures that the story of Chile's nitrate era and the people who lived it will not be forgotten. Standing in the middle of its sun-baked streets, surrounded by silent relics of a once vital industry, it's easy to imagine the noise, laughter, and ambition that once filled the air, now replaced by the quiet majesty of the Atacama Desert.